Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is June 4th, 2025. That is 5 years and a bunch of months since we began coming together every single day to learn together. Say good morning to each other, name to name. Adele, good to see you. Hugs back. Ivy, nice to see you. Bensi, welcome, my friend. Linda, Boker Tov, kind soul. It's good to see all of you. I hope you had a good Shavuot. It's really beautiful to learn Torah together. We have a lot to talk about, obviously. Let's begin with saying good morning to each other. Susie, it's good to see you. Ashley and Jonathan, Julie and Amy, Rosa, Boker Tov, good to see you. Debbie and Arlene, Tara and Barbara, Lydia, Boker Tov, Deborah and Diane, Cheryl, Craig, good to see you. Hi, Rose. Hi, Joyce. All right, let's take a breath. Ron and Dale, good morning. Let's sing a bracha. Let's learn some Torah. Here we go. Good morning, everyone. Oh, where to begin? Penny, thank you for keeping us on track. So glad that you are healing from surgery last week. We are on broadcast 1316, which is remarkable. Remarkable. Amy, tomorrow is your daughter's 40th birthday. She's your youngest. What a blessing it is to be able to celebrate her with you. Friends, it is also day 607 since October 7th. And as Helen just wrote, and I know we're all thinking, we are praying for Boulder. Let's review just a little bit of the last couple of days, and let's also make sure that we ground ourselves in Torah the way that we have all these years of learning together every single day. And I cannot say enough about how good it feels to have this special community, a place of gaining strength, of showing up fully, and knowing that we will learn together and we'll say good morning to each other and we will be kind to each other. So, just a quick review, and then I want to get into some learning. Just before Shavuot in Boulder, Colorado, there was a gathering, as there has been every week for the last 20 months since October 7th, of a group that is organized all around the United States and the world called either Walk for Their Lives or Run for Their Lives, a gathering of those who are trying to raise awareness about the remaining hostages in Gaza. There are 58 remaining hostages in Gaza, and we are praying for them and we are mobilizing for them. And on Friday, I said a prayer in Central Park as part of this group. In Boulder, this group was gathered, and someone with a lot of hatred in their heart, shouting about Palestine and Gaza, threw Molotov cocktails at a group wounding at least 10, maybe 12, wounding all of us, but physically wounding them, burning some of them quite terribly. Some of them remain in the hospital, one of them a survivor of the Shoah. And we, friends, stand with those who stood. We stand with those they were pointing to, the hostages. We stand with community that is surrounding all of us with response and solidarity. There is no question that violent language, which we have witnessed now horrifically for the past 20 months, including phrases that I don't want to repeat but are important to point out, because those who would say there's a difference between anti Zionism and anti Semitism clearly aren't paying attention to Molotov cocktails thrown at a group of Jews, not only of Jews, but mostly Jews, in Boulder, Colorado, and the assassination, the murder of two young people outside of a Jewish museum in D.C., the burning of the mayor's mansion in Pennsylvania a month before that. We are in a moment where the connection between anti Zionism and anti Semitism is clear. Those who want to have some theoretical discussion, sure, it's possible, but it is not real. In our world, anti Zionism is anti Semitism, and the result of it is violence. I don't want to repeat the phrases. You've heard them plenty of times. They've been in headlines. But the point is, this language leads to violence, especially in a volatile political moment like the United States is having, like moments that are happening all over the world, especially when the United States has not even begun to respond to the epidemic of gun violence, especially in the current administration. And so we are in a moment where our language and our thoughts and our deeds, all of this, friends, has to be part of our conversation, and our responsibility for building a beloved community has to begin with even more energy. I was going to say fire, but it's the wrong moment to use that word. But with a ferocity that is deserved by our descendants and that is worthy of the tradition we spent Shavuot learning again. We stood at the mountain and we learned together. So let's begin. Let's begin with a few commitments. Number one is, number two is, and number three is Am Yisrael Chai. We are strong, we stand together, and we do not go quietly anywhere. We stand, we march, we shout, we sing, we dance, we love. And we will be part of building this world from love, no matter what. This uncertain moment and the terribly accessible weapons, not just of words, that people have access to, means that we must be strong, and we must, as Arlene is saying, hear the birds, see the sun, love each other, learn Torah, show up publicly and proudly as Jews, more than before. Friends, I don't think you've been looking for a wake-up call. This is a self-select group of loving, proud, identifying parts of our community. But if you could amplify just a little bit more those commitments, that love in your heart, the world will hear it. And I'm not saying that will stop everything. But Rav Nachman of Braslav says, words are so powerful, even a whisper could stop a bullet. So, let's make it a point to dedicate our Torah to being strong and loving in the world. Let's make sure that we don't feel ourselves pushed so hard that we forget our commitments to the wider world we are called to tend to, especially in a month like this, which is Pride Month. This is a month of love. It is a month of unfolding holiness. Now, some of that is under threat. A lot of that in this country is under threat. But if you look at the flag just over my shoulder, I'm not sure on Instagram if you can see it, but go to a wider bridge, and the pride flag, that is a Jewish pride flag, refuses to choose between two different kinds of human dignities. We are called to see this moment and ourselves, and to reflect on what it is to love and be strong and to bless. Because after all, here we are in this week's Parsha, Parshat Naso, which tells us the commitment even of God to love itself, even at the expense of some of God, which sounds so strange, but please, friends, think about what I'm about to share with you. It's not my original thought. I'll share from the Torah and then from the Talmud and then for today. This week's Parsha, Naso, is the longest Torah portion, 176 verses. It's long. By the way, if you're looking for some trivia, the longest book of the Talmud is also 176 pages long. Might be coincidence. It's just awesome to know. Parshat Naso includes a lot of different things, including the story of the Sota. And it's a complicated story. We'll deal more with it later this week and in years to come. Sota is a woman who is accused by her husband of having committed adultery. He has no proof. Now, that itself is problematic. We'll deal with this another time. Trust me, we will deal with this another time. The whole practice was ended by Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai during the time of the Mishnah. But regardless, this is what she would do. The husband who made the accusation would bring his wife, who he'd accused of adultery, before the high priest. A mixture of special water and a scroll would be combined. Now, on the scroll would be written a curse and the name of God. And that scroll would be placed in the water, in which the name would dissolve. Think for a moment. If you've ever had a sacred book, a Siddur, Talmud, something where God's name had been written, we do not treat it lightly. We bury it. It's called Shemot, the names. So think about what the high priest did. He took something on which the name of God was written and dissolved it. And the rabbis of the Talmud, thousands of years later, say, how could the Torah allow such a thing? To erase the name of God is not allowed. So they have a theology of care and love, which informs their response. They say, God wants to bring shalom, peace between people. So God is willing to be diminished in order that there should be peace and love between people. God wishes there to be more love in the world. And so God is willing to diminish even God's self, to allow God's name to be erased for the sake of human love and dignity. Now, we can look at the original setting in the Torah and say that's hard to imagine through the prism of human love and dignity. But in the Torah's time, that was the point. And in the Talmud's time, that was even more so the point. And I would argue, friends, to you today, not only must we show up with more Jewish pride and Jewish strength in the face of threats, in the face of violence, we have always, friends, shown up with more strength and more pride and more volume everywhere we go. Those of us who wear kippah as we walk around, you should know that the history in the United States is very much that only after Israel won the 1967 Six-Day War did people start wearing kippot publicly. That pride, that strength, that togetherness, that sought-for unity, we must show up and not get quieter. We will show up and march and walk and run for their lives. We will call out for the lives of our 58 beloveds. We will call out for the worthiness of Jewish work in the world. We will celebrate our children in picnics with pride. Yes, of course, we have to do so safely, but we will not get quiet. We're not, the poem, do not go gently into that good night. We're not going into that good night, and we do not go gently. We go lovingly, but we are fierce. More strength, more volume, more pride, and a doubling down on our commitment during Pride Month to showing up. We don't have to choose. As a Wider Bridge, a beautiful Jewish LGBTQ organization here in the United States and in Israel, reminds us, we don't have to choose between prides. We don't have to choose either tribal strength or justice. No, tribal strength and justice. We as a people deserve dignity. We as a people are supposed to offer, recognize the image of God in all people. And if God, in the story of Sota, through the rabbi's perspective in the Talmud, is willing to diminish God's self for the sake of love, doesn't that say something about the importance of love? So be proud, be loving. Outward signs of Jewishness are called for right now. If you've ever thought about being more outward, more presenting as a Jew, now is the moment. This is not the only way that we show that we are a people. This is also the way that we show that we are a people. There are countless ways to show. So show the world. Show the world what it is to be a people of love and pride. We've been learning together for a long time, friends. Broadcast 1316. But we have been learning as a people for much longer than that. We have been acting as a people for much longer than that. We have been growing in strength as a people for much longer than that. You and I are part of a grand community and a gorgeous vision of holiness for this world. Everyone deserves to feel love. We deserve to feel love. And we can help that happen. But we can't help that happen if we in any way shrink from the world. So let us not shrink from the world. More pride. Remember, priorities 1, 2, and 3. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. We have had this strength because we remind each other in moments that are hard. And this is a hard one. 607 days in, it's a hard one. And let me end with a challenge that our friend, my teacher, Beth Mann, is sharing right now. We have to learn to accept each other despite our differences. This requires strong leaders and stronger followers. She says that she's working on this. I am working on this. We should all work on this. We should not assume less of each other for our different opinions. And tucked within that and surrounding it is a notion that we are called to a grand mission, to be agents of blessing in this world. May we be so blessed. May we be so blessed to fulfill that mission, be a blessing, feel it to our core, and channel it on behalf of others, witnessing their love, granting them blessing, knowing that we are stronger when every image of God is affirmed. So, with me, with all the love in your heart, gather together. May those hurt in Boulder be healed. May those with hate in their hearts learn better, and if not, be stopped. May the Jewish community be a strong, strong source of blessing for the whole world. And may our 58 beloveds be home. Kol hod balevav penima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion tzofia od lo avda tikvateinu התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון Virushalayim. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, my friends.